July 17th, 2024. Catalina Gutierrez, a 21-year-old architecture student, asked to borrow her mother's car. It was supposed to be a carefree evening at the mall, bowling, laughter, and time with her boyfriend and friends. Her last message was casual, a voice note telling her boyfriend Ezekiel she was already on her way. But Catalina never arrived. By the time her friends grew anxious and her family rushed to the police, the bright lights of Cordoba felt darker than ever. Something was terribly wrong. Catalina was not just another young woman. Born in 2003, the daughter of respected architect Marcelo Gutierrez and devoted mother Eleonora, she grew up surrounded by love and ambition. She was radiant, singing with her father, posting travel photos, sharing moments with her dog. With over 115,000 Instagram followers and 47,000 on TikTok, she became a small internet star. But behind the viral videos was a girl with simple dreams: to follow her father's footsteps in architecture and to build a future alongside her family and friends. She had everything to live for, which makes what happened next even more unthinkable. That night, Catalina's friends and boyfriend waited in vain at the mall parking lot. Calls went unanswered. Messages stayed unread. Panic spread quickly. This wasn't like her. When the family tracked her phone, the signal led to a quiet neighborhood just 1.25 miles from her house. Police raced there, and what they found would forever scar her family. Catalina's mother's Renault Clio, partially burned. Inside, in the back seat, lay Catalina's lifeless body. The mall plans had turned into a nightmare. But the question remained: who could do this to her? At first, suspicion didn't fall on strangers. It turned inward, toward those closest to Catalina. Among them was 1-year-old Nestor Daniel Aguilera, university classmate, constant presence in her home, and someone her family had welcomed like a son. Nestor had no relatives in Cordoba, so Catalina's family gave him rides, invited him to meals, and treated him like family. On the night Catalina disappeared, he cried with her parents, offered help, and even comforted her grieving sister. But soon, investigators noticed cracks in his story. When questioned, Nestor claimed he had stayed home that night. But his phone told another story. It had been near the very spot where Catalina's car was abandoned. Pressed further, he grew nervous, trembling hands, shifting eyes, contradicting himself. Finally, under pressure, Nestor confessed Catalina, he said, was the love of his life, and that love had driven him to kill her. Yet the confession was only the beginning. The truth of what happened inside his apartment was even darker. Security cameras revealed what Catalina's family never imagined. She had stopped at Nestor's apartment before heading to the mall. He lured her upstairs, promising they'd leave together. But inside, things turned sinister. Investigators believe Nestor tried to make advances. Catalina resisted. An argument erupted. Blinded by rage, Nestor attacked her, leaving her unconscious, then suffocating her. Whether he knew she was dead or not, what he did next was chilling. He gagged her, tied her body, and carried her to the car. Hours later, he set it on fire, hoping to erase every trace of what he had done, but the fire went out too soon. The evidence remained. When police searched his apartment, they found Catalina's ring, strands of her hair, and the clothes he wore that night still damp from washing. Security footage captured him carrying Catalina's body to the car. The boy who once sat at her family's dinner table, who her parents trusted like a son, was now revealed as a killer. But just when authorities thought they had the whole story, new doubts surfaced. Had Nestor really acted alone? Witnesses reported hearing voices the night the car was set ablaze, more than one person arguing about whether to burn it. Security footage seemed to back this up. Minutes after Nestor abandoned the Renault Clio, another car appeared. A man stepped out, spoke with Nestor, and then helped set the vehicle on fire. If true, Nestor's betrayal was not the whole story. Someone else might have shared in his crime. To this day, the identity of that person remains a mystery. As investigators pieced the case together, Catalina's family prepared for the most painful goodbye. Her funeral in Cordoba drew hundreds, all mourning a girl who had given them so much light. Her sister Lucia posted a heartbreaking tribute. "You couldn't have been a better sister. Now we are two in one person. Never leave me alone." Lucia later tattooed Catalina's name with angel wings on her arm, an eternal reminder of the bond death could not erase. Today, Nestor sits in prison awaiting trial. If convicted, he could face life behind bars, but whispers remain of accomplices, of missed warnings from his past, of how different choices might have saved Catalina's life. Her story is more than a crime. It's a chilling reminder that sometimes the greatest dangers come not from strangers, but from those we trust most. And long after the fire died out, the scars of betrayal still burn in Cordoba.